Abby and I are on our way out for a little morning stroll, and I gotta let y'all know what's been going on in my life today because the lady landlord struggle is real. My neighbor is chopping wood today. I hope you can hear me over him. Anyway, I wanted to let you know that Abby the Labby and I, due to some very unfortunate events, we're back answering the Whitney Buys Houses phone. And I say we because sometimes she alerts me that the phone is ringing, but she won't answer the stupid thing. She's like the worst assistant ever, okay? Abby the Labby is not a very good assistant. And I will say that in full confidence right in front of her because she's not even listening now. But anyway, for the last year, we've had two different ladies answering the phone for Whitney Buys Houses, so that we can get some other things done, like helping other women buy houses. And some things have happened over the last 2 months where we're back on the phones, all right? Abby the Labby and I are answering the phones again for Whitney Buys Houses. So, this morning, we've been hanging out, doing our little, morning thing, and we have ads on Craigslist. We have ads on our website, WhitneyBuysHouses.com. We have ads on Zillow. We've just got things out. We've got bandit signs out advertising the house, and we've got 6 houses right now, so the phone is ringing a lot. I take that back. We have 5 houses and 1 apartment available. So we advertise our houses rent to own. And the problem with that is that a lot of people don't read all 3 words. They read rent, and then they get really, really excited. Somebody call mom and tell her that I'm live. Okay? So they read rent, and they get really, really excited, and they don't read to own. Now, yesterday we did a video for YouTube, and y'all go subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. I'm like 28 people away from hitting my goal. All right, WhitneyNicely.com/TV. I'm gonna put that in the comments here. WhitneyNicely.com/TV. Done. Send. Y'all subscribe to our YouTube channel, okay? Abby the Labby and I are putting a lot of effort into building up our YouTube channel. So we did a video that'll be coming out in the next couple weeks on YouTube on how to advertise houses and how to make an extra $10,000 a month by adding to own on the end of your ads, okay? I want you to say rent to own when you're advertising your houses, and I want you to allow your houses to be available rent to own. The problem is people don't always read that. They just read rent, and then they get really, really excited, and they call. And that's okay. I mean, call me. 865-309-4500. That's the Whitney Buys Houses phone number. And that's where we have the houses available. All the details are on WhitneyBuysHouses.com under available properties. But I say that because I still send people to the website when they call or they text and they say, hey, I want more information about the house on Alt. And I say, great, all the details are on WhitneyBuysHouses.com. But they still don't read it. I mean, I take a lot of time and pride in putting all the details that I know about the house on the website. I put all the details that I know on Craigslist, on Zillow, all right? And we are advertising this as rent to own, not rent. Not rent. It is not for rent. I don't do regular rentals. I don't know how anybody actually makes any money doing regular rentals, unless we're talking multifamily, and then I know exactly how you're making money, honey. And it's good money too. But I'm advertising my houses rent to own because I want those non-refundable option fees. I want $8,000 for the house on Cedarwood. I want $10,000 for the house on alt. I want, like $15,000 or $20,000 for the PAL house because they're worth it. All right, and those are non-refundable option fees because I want people who want to buy the house, they just can't qualify regularly. So my signs say rent to own, my Craigslist ads say rent to own, the Zillow post says rent to own, the website says rent to own. It all says rent to own, but people only read that first word, rent. It's only 3 words, guys, and they're all one syllable. It's not complicated. I'm not teaching many real estate seminars on my bandit signs. It says rent to own. And people will call me and they're like, hey, I saw the house. The sign says rent to own, so how much can I rent it for? I don't want to buy it. I literally had a dude, call me this morning. I sent him the text message. I told him to let me know if he had any questions. He was like, yeah, I see it's rent to own. I just want to rent it. And I see that you want to rent to own it, but I just want to rent it. What? Then, so I had to explain to him that I don't do regular rentals because that's a shortcut to going broke. All right? No, I'm not doing regular rentals unless it's an apartment complex. I'm not renting a house. It just doesn't pay. And if it don't make sense, it don't make sense. Okay, y'all? So I am answering the phone and I'm taking more calls, and some lady calls me and says, hey, I saw the rent to own sign. I said, okay, good, check. And you read all 3 words. Fantastic, thank you. You get a cookie. She said, I also see that it's 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. I said, good, man, we got a quick one with us right now. You read the sign that said 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. But y'all hang out with me for a second because this is where it gets tricky. She said, I'm sitting in front of the house and I can see that it's 2 stories. I was like, man, this woman is a rocket scientist. She has read the sign and she's looking at the house. She can tell from the outside it's got 2 stories. Holy crap, this might be our girl. Then she says, how many bathrooms are on the first level? I said 1. And then I was afraid of what she was going to say, and sure enough, she said it. All right, just to clarify, she read the sign. She knows there's 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. She's sitting in front of the house, and she told me that it's 2 floors. She asked a nice question. How many bathrooms are on the first floor? Now, this is going to be a math problem, y'all, so drop this down in the comments if you've already solved this problem before I even put it fully out there, okay? Tell me down in the comments. If you're looking at a house that's 2 stories with 2 bathrooms, and you know that 1 bathroom is on the main floor, how many bathrooms are on the second floor? Y'all, tell me down in the comments right now, okay? If you've read the sign and you know there's 2 bathrooms in this house, and you're looking at the house and you know there's 2 floors, and you ask how many bathrooms are on the first floor, tell me in the comments how many bathrooms are on the second floor. I don't know. Maybe my PAL education is showing itself here. I'm a PAL kid, North Knoxville, country kid, country school. And my math skills are not like amazing. But if there's 2 bathrooms in the house, y'all ask your kids this question. If there's 2 bathrooms in the house and 1 is on the main floor, how many are on the second floor? Oh, Lordy. Yes, 1. There's 1. Because if there's 2 bathrooms and 1 is on the first floor and there's 2 stories, that means the second one has to be on the second floor. So that lady ended up not being our girl. I got pretty excited about her there for a minute. So the first dude called. he couldn't read rent to own. He only read rent. The second woman that called could read the sign. She could read the house, but she didn't have, or maybe she hadn't had enough coffee. Maybe I'm judging a book by its cover here. All right, but I'm like 0 for 2 on the calls. And there's like lots of other calls in between, but this is just on this one house. So then I had a third call on this house. Let me see how did she say this? I'm trying to think of how this conversation started with the third lady. Abby, don't dig. Don't dig, baby. You're not an excavator. I can't think of how this conversation started with the third lady, but basically, oh, you laid down in the dirt after you dug it up. That's fantastic. God, I've got to think about this. It'll kill my example if I can't think of how this woman started. Well, I've completely drawn a blank. And I didn't jot down any notes. Well, I guess this video will have to be continued. I'll probably hang up the video and then it'll come back to me. So anyway, I guess we'll continue this video. Oh, the people can't read. It was about the dang it. It was something about the description or the monthly payment or something. Oh, crap. I'll have to go look. I'll have to go dig it up and look, and I'll come back. But the struggle is real. The lady landlord struggle is real because people don't read. All right? That's the basics. People don't read. They read rent, but they can't read to own. And they can read the sign. They can read the house, but they don't have the basic, math flowing. And it just becomes a little bit of a disaster. And I'm sitting here going, the people just can't read. Okay. This is a different house, but this happened yesterday, and I'll tell you this story. Okay, so I've got a house, a different house, and it's not available yet. My tenants haven't moved out. They were doing a lease option for me, and they extended it last October, and then in the meantime, they found another house that they wanted to buy instead that was gonna be cheaper, and even though they'd lived in my house for like 3 years, and I gave them a rock solid deal on it, life happened and they decided to leave and go move into a different house, even though they had a lot of money invested in living and buying my house. Whatever, people do very people-y things. So I've got this house on my website, but I don't have it on Zillow yet because I don't want people driving by. It's in a super hot area. It'll sell real fast when it goes up. I'm not worried about this house at all, but I'm doing like a warm-up to get people to know about it, right? So I've got the house listed on my website, but not anywhere else, not on Craigslist, not on Zillow, not on like the Knox Ria website. Like I've got it nowhere except my website. But people are finding it because it's still super hot and because my website is like super SEO'd these days, which is amazing. Investor carrot, y'all. Investor carrot. So people found it. And in the ad, it says, do not apply until you've seen the house and until we've spoken. The ad says that. Don't fill out the application. Don't spend $50. Don't go through the paperwork process. Don't have your credit dinged. Don't apply until you and I have spoken and until you've seen the house. And I do that on all my houses. I hear some landlords, and some of y'all are really strict and really tough, therefore I get to be very loosey-goosey, and I'm like the nicest landlord that you'll ever find. I'm probably the weirdest landlord you ever find, but most of y'all out there are asshats, and therefore I get to be the good landlord because y'all are training everybody and they're, seeing how high they got to jump and dotting all their I's and crossing all their T's. And by the time they get to me, they're like, wow, you're awesome. I'm like, yeah, I know. My hair's wet, but thank you, I know. Anyway, this ad says, do not apply until you see the house. And I don't want you applying for any of my houses until you see the house. But there's some landlords out there that want you to apply and be approved before they even let you see the house, which is stupid to me. I mean, why bother if the house isn't going to suit you? So go look at the houses. Go check out the houses. Make sure that you like the layout of the kitchen. Make sure that the bedrooms are big enough. The bathrooms are big enough. Like, make sure this house is going to suit you before you spend any money on it. Any money on it. Especially the application, because that thing's going to ding your credit. And if you decide you don't like the house, then I don't need you. You're no good to me. But now the next landlord, who's probably a jerk, is going to see that you've been applying all over town for all these other houses. And they may not approve you because of it, which is also stupid, but people do very people-y things, even landlords. Not me, though. Anyway, this ad says, do not apply. You have to talk to Whitney, that's me, before you go see the house. Whitney buys houses. See? Whitney buys houses. It says so on my shirt. And I want you to see the house before you apply. No. 2 chicks this week have applied for the same house. Neither one of them have seen it. Neither one of them have been in it. I don't even think one of them has even driven by it. She's just seen old pictures of mine from 2016 and decided to apply for it. And I'm like, no. First of all, I want you to actually like the house because I want you to do a rent to own on this house. I want you to buy this house from me. The people there are not buying the house from me, and that's my own little situation that I got to deal with. But the next people I give this opportunity to, I want them to be able to buy the house. Like, that's who I want to be able to move into the house. I don't want people that are going to leave me. I want people that are going to buy the house. It's only happened to me twice out of 72 deals that I've done where only 2 people have actually bought the house from me. Anyway, these chicks did not read the ad. They went ahead and applied. I know they haven't been in the house because I haven't even been in the house to get fresh pictures of it, take a video of it, and they spent money applying for a house that they don't qualify for because I talked to one of them yesterday. And on the website, which is the only way they found this house, right next to the available properties tab, there's another tab that says FAQ, all right? And this is all on WhitneyBuysHouses.com. Go check it out, WhitneyBuysHouses.com. WhitneyBuysHouses.com. It's on the back of my shirt, but I'm not a good enough cameraman to film the back of my shirt while I'm wearing it. So this woman could have read the frequently asked questions just as easy as she could have read the property description. But she didn't. She skipped over the FAQ tab, and the next tab says application, and she just filled out the application. Yeah, the struggle is real, Chris. The Lady Landlord struggle is real because people don't read. The FAQ says we're taking non-refundable option fees. I've had non-refundable option fees from $5,000 on some of my cheaper crappy houses up to $40,000 on my super nice lake houses because it says Whitney buys houses. It doesn't say what kind of houses she buys. It just says Whitney buys houses. So this lady has spent $50, had the application team run around like crazy, and by the time I actually talked to her, she only has $2,000 to put down. And like I said, this house is like a super nice house. This is going to be a $15,000 to $20,000 non-refundable option fee kind of house. She's got $2,000 and she's already just wasted $50 bucks filling out the application even though she doesn't qualify. That drives me insane. It's not my money she wasted. It is a little bit of my time she wasted, but don't fill out applications on houses unless you like it and unless you qualify for it. Y'all read the descriptions, but be prepared for people to call and say, hey, I'm looking at your ad and it says it's 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. So I'm wondering, how many bedrooms and bathrooms is it? I had a dude the other day call me on a different house again, because I got 6 empty freaking houses right now. I had a dude call me, and I put this video up in First Little and Fast as soon as it came out. I help women buy investment houses without banks or license. Program's called First Little and Fast, and you can find out more information. I've got a free web class on getyourfirstdeal.com. I'm going to drop that in the comments here too. Getyourfirstdeal.com. Go to getyourfirstdeal.com. I've got a free hour-long masterclass where I'll show you all about First Deal Done Fast so that you can get your first deal done fast. Anyway, this dude, I put this video up as soon as it came in, as soon as the call came in this week. I've actually had a lot of fun answering the Whitney Buys Houses phone this week. But this dude called and he said, hey, I want to do a rent to own on one of your houses. And I was like, all right, check. And he said, but I don't have any time right now to go look at it. And I don't have any money right now to go look at it. But when I have time, when I hit the lottery, when I get my stuff together, I'm going to call you and go look at some of your houses in the next, couple months, couple years. So you just called to tell me that you don't want to buy one of my houses right now, but you might sort of kind of want to later? Oh, lordy. The Whitney Buys Houses phone is fun sometimes. And the people that call on it are funny sometimes. And for every 100 calls I go through, somebody who is actually qualified will call. Will apply, will like the house. And so you gotta keep answering the phones. You gotta keep hanging out with the people who don't read. It's not that they can't read, it's just that they don't read. And eventually, I'll find somebody to take these 6 houses. I'll get $8,000 to $15,000 per house. So I'm looking at, pretty close to $60,000 summer. So that's pretty good. I got 6 other houses that are rented. The 6 houses that are rented this summer, most of those were available last summer. So it's always fun. Always super fun. But y'all get out there, get those deals done, and just know that I'm here with you. If you got any questions, if you got any funny stories about people who don't read, not that they can't read, all right? I'm dealing with a bunch of rednecks here in East Tennessee, but it takes one to know one, right? And I just want to say that they can read, they just don't. And the struggle is real. So if you're in the middle of a situation, keep going. I'm in the middle of my own little situation. Keep going. All right, ladies? Women make the best real estate investors. And to be a Proverbs 31 woman, y'all got to fight the good old boys club and get these deals done. All right? You got to fight the good old boys club. You got to stand up and stand out and let these dudes know that you are a successful real estate investor. Type that in the comments. If you're still here watching me, type that down in the comments. Say, I am a successful real estate investor now. Type that down in the comments. I am a successful real estate investor now. I want to see that down in the comments. Say, I am a successful real estate investor now. And then I want you to get out there, get these deals done, get these contracts signed, get your passive income set up, get your generational wealth set up, buy the field, buy the houses, buy the apartments, buy the deals, buy the money, do all of the things. All right? Type that down below. Say, I am a successful real estate investor now. Even though the Lady Landlord struggle is real, it's possible. And I'm right here in the trenches doing my deals just like you're doing your deals. So get out there and keep doing those deals, ladies. Women make the best real estate investors. Sheila, you are a successful real estate investor now. Yes! I love it. Sheila is a successful real estate investor. What'd you do, like 16 grand in 8 weeks doing wholesale deals. Was that it? Sheila is a super successful real estate investor. In fact, when she goes to the RIA meetings, when she goes to the networking meetings, the meetup meetings, the guru workshops, she walks in and everybody in her market knows that she is a successful real estate investor and she is famous for getting these deals done. Mwah! I am so proud of you, Sheila. All right, I'm out of here. I've got a bunch of videos that I'm going to go do today. Hopefully, Mama will go and be my cameraman for me so I don't have to do them all selfie style. Got a bunch of ideas, and it's going to be an awesome Saturday. Very productive. I also got to go return a call because somebody thinks they're interested in the house on alt. Yay! Oh, in the middle of all these phone calls, I just got to tell you that the real struggle is real because I had a tree fall on one of my houses last night in the middle of that summer thunderstorm. Had a tree fall on a house, and the gutter was attached, but by the time my tenants pulled the gutter off, pulled the tree off, they pulled the gutter and the fascia and everything else. So it looks like I'm going to be not only having the tree guy go up and do a bunch of repairs, but I'm going to also get Steve, my favorite Jefferson County contractor, to go up and fix the gutter and the fascia and all the crap on the situation that my tenants ripped off because they didn't wait on the tree guy to get there to actually pull the tree off. So instead of it being like a $500 fix, I'm probably looking at like a $2,000 fix now. Anyway, at least they're helping, right? I am a successful real estate investor. I am a successful real estate investor now. I am a successful real estate investor now. I am a successful real estate investor now. Y'all just gotta laugh to keep from crying sometimes. All right? I'm right there with you. You can do this, ladies. Mwah. Go to getyourfirstdeal.com if you have any questions.